So can you go down to give to guys? Can you mic?
Where is the mic?
They're in one of the caskets that says headsets.
Okay, caskets, the grey ones.
Yeah, yeah. It says mic. I don't know.
People, it's time. It's time for the Under-23 Athletics European Championships. And it's time for the future of the European athletics to rise and shine. And it's such a pleasure to welcome you all to the first Nordic magazine ever. And it's such a pleasure to welcome you to Gävle 2019. It's so nice to be here in Gävle, and it's so nice to experience the intensity of the athletes as we're getting closer and closer to the start of the European Athletics Under-23 Championships. There's a lot of people looking forward to this, including the President Svein Arne Hansen and the Mayor of Gävle, Åse Wiklund Lang. We talked to them earlier today. Let's hear from them. Okay,
so Svein Arne Hansen, you talked about the new DNA and 2019 being the year of innovation. How important is the Under-20 championship still?
The Under-20 and Under-23 are still very important championships. You know, for the young athletes, this is a stepping stone into the big league. And we already have a lot of people competing here who are already in the big league. I think there's 8 medalists from Berlin, and they are competing here the next 4 days. And we will see a lot of the people here, they will be in the championships in the future. So for me, Under-23 is maybe the most important championships we have for the young ones.
And Åsa, what does this championships mean for the city?
Oh, it means a lot for us. We have the chance to make other people see our beautiful municipality and the surroundings here, and we can show how good we are as a host, and hopefully we can get more big championships coming to Gävle in the future.
And are Gävle ready for this championship?
Of course we are. We have been working so hard for so many years, and there are so many volunteers and people helping us out, so I'm sure that you will see one of the best championships ever here in Sweden.
What does this local support mean for the championships, Svein Arne?
It would be impossible for us in European athletics to organize anything without the local support. It's a really big championships. It's 1,500 participants, 50 countries. It's not done by one person, and I'm very happy that Åsa has brought together so many people to come here and make it really an enjoyable event. And I can say, as living in Norway, having an office in Lausanne, the prices are really cheap in Sweden. It's a good place to be.
Thank you so much.
So nice to hear from the VIPs of European athletics and the VIP of Gävle. And now we have some new VIPs in the studio. We have the head of sports in the Norwegian Federation, Erlend Slokvik. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we have the national coach of the Swedish team, Jonas Anshelm. Welcome to you as well.
Thank you.
How is it to be in Gävle, Erlend Slokvik?
First of all, it's nice. everything seems to be perfect, and we have so far have a good time here.
And Jonas Anselm, how is it to welcome the rest of the Europe to Sweden?
It feels a bit awkward, but very, very, very fun and nice, and I'm kind of proud that we could gather here all together.
What's the most fun about having the championships in your home country?
Well, I must say that all of our athletes in the Swedish team will most likely have all of their families supporting at the stands. So, of course, a big crowd for the Swedish team.
And Alan, how is it to just go right over the border to enter a championships?
Well, we took a plane, so I get the feeling that we are going to something important. But of course, there will be some fans from Norway also.
There will be fans from Norway, and there will definitely be athletes from Norway. 27 is the number, and now we're going to hear from some of them, and we'll start with a medal candidate in the pole vault, Sondre Guttormsen. Sondre Guttormsen, how is it to be on site in Gävle?
It's fantastic, and it's good weather today, no wind, and yeah, it's very nice to be here.
What's your thoughts on the stadium?
It looks good. I like a blue track. I performed well in a blue track last year in Berlin, so yeah, I hope for something similar here.
A lot of people are looking at you as a medal candidate in the pole vault. What do you think yourself?
I think that's a good thing, and I think I can definitely get a medal. And we'll see. First, got to get through the qualifying rounds, and then I think everything can happen in the final. So yeah.
Are you aiming for the gold?
Yeah, of course. Gotta aim high, and yeah.
Ingvild Meinseth, what's your thoughts on Gävle so far?
It's very nice, so I'm excited for tomorrow.
And you're doing the 100 meter, the 200 meter and the relay. What's your expectations?
To have fun and maybe set a new PB. And yeah, so I'm excited for that.
How is it for a Norwegian athlete to be here and compete in Sweden?
It feels a little bit like hometown, but yeah, so it's very fun.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Pia Sove Johansen, what's your expectations on this championships here in Gävle?
I expect to run fast. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
How's your shape going into the championships?
Feels pretty good. I ran a 200 meter about a week ago, and it was pretty fast, so yeah, pretty good.
And what's your goal? Do you want to aim for the finals, for the semi-finals? What's your thoughts?
I have a goal to get to a final. Yeah.
Good luck on that.
Thank you.
Amanda Foynes, your heptathlon is starting tomorrow. How do you feel?
Oh, I am very excited. I'm super excited to just start with the first event, 10 a.m. in the morning. It's gonna be good. Hopefully the sun is out. The wind is not a lot of wind, and it's just fun. It is fun competing with the girls and everything. So I'm just super excited.
You train in the States. You obviously are from Norway, but now you're in Sweden. How is that?
Oh, it's good. It honestly feels like home. Like it feels like I'm in Norway, to be honest. So the weather is kind of the same, and the atmosphere is just like I feel like I'm competing at home. So that's good.
How do you feel the attitude is in the Norwegian team?
Oh, it's very good. We have a really good connection. Everybody's fun to hang out with, and we're a very good team. So I'm very excited to see everybody competing and do their best. So it'll be fun.
Good luck.
Thank you.
How is it to finally be here in Sweden?
Oh, it feels great. It's close to home, and yeah, the conditions is perfect in my opinion. So yeah, I look forward to compete here.
You are going to compete in the 400 meter hurdles. What's your thoughts on that competition?
I hope to run like close to my previous best. I've had some trouble in the preseason, but I think everything can happen here. So yeah, it will be fun.
It seems like, Alan, that there is a very good feeling in the Norwegian team, a very good attitude. What's your thoughts on that right now?
Yeah, it's a good spirit. They are optimistic and of course hopeful. But I think they really look forward to this, and they enjoy it.
We started out with Sondre Guttormsen. He says he's aiming for the gold. What do you think yourself? Could that be possible for him?
Well, everything is possible, and especially like in this spring, this jumping here, they are going high. So of course, as an athlete, you have to have the hope for a good performance.
What about you, Jonas? Norway has 27 athletes. You have 52. What's your hopes for the team?
Well, my hope is, as I told to the athlete, is that I really want them to perform at their best, and that's that's all they can do, and hopefully we will get some medals in our bag when we go over home again.
I was looking over your team, and I can count maybe 6 or 7 medal candidates. Have you talked about that internally?
No, not internally, but of course I mentioned it in some press conferences, and my calculation is likewise, like you mentioned.
And Alan, what is the most important with a championship like this, like an under-23 championship?
For us, it's the experience. To get experience from an important competition, to learn how to prepare, how to compete in an important competition, and of course get the motivation to become even better. For us, that's the most important.
Is this something special, having it in the home country, preparation-wise?
We had a small pre-camp in the town where I live, in Uppsala, for 3 days to get to get the feeling, to learn to know each other better, and have the mode for the championship. So yeah, it's a bit different, but all of the athletes in the team, they're looking forward to it because they know there will be a lot of supporters.
Alan, are you friends or rivals?
I think
we're
mainly are friends.
I think we're friends.
I have some picture from my other sports, standing list like this with the Swedish boys. So I think that we're aiming for the same, and mainly we are friends.
Yeah, as many medals to the Nordic countries is that's the best.
So there's no rivalry between Norway and Sweden and the athletes and the coaches?
Maybe no, not between the coaches, but this is an individual sport, and everybody, like Sondre, he wants to go for the gold, and everybody wants to go for the gold. But I'm sure that if Mondo had been here, he would be glad if Sondre took a medal.
Perfect. You will stay in the studio, Jonas. We will let you go, Erland. Good luck with the Norwegian team.
Thank you, and good luck to Sweden.
Yeah.
And we will take a look on some interviews from the Swedish team.
How's it going to be to compete at a European Championship at home field?
Home field? It's going to be a little bit special. I'm very excited for it. I mean, the last time I did it was a lot of crowd. Everyone was shouting. So yeah, and I like when people are shouting when I'm running. I like hear it. It gives me more, like my adrenaline get boosted up a little bit more. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
You've ran at times at 10:39 in Sollentuna this year. You're at the times you've had in 2017. How has your season been so far, you think?
The season's been a little bit shaky. I'm going exactly where I wanted to go. I mean, but it's track and field. I can't really. It's never gonna go how you want it to go. But like, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing my best. I got maybe two races that I feel okay with. The one that I did in Karlstad was all right. It wasn't like superb or anything, but like it was great. It was all right. It was all right for the starter. So it's cool. Yeah.
I feel pretty good. The training has gone well, and I've been doing some hard training the last couple of weeks, and I just hope that it will give me the results that I want.
You ran on 11:50 in Skara just a couple of weeks ago, a great race, the fastest time in Sweden the last 3 years. Tell me about that race.
The race was not perfect. There were some bits in the race that I would have hoped would have been better, but yeah, I hope that when I run in the European champs, that all the parts and all will be good.
If we look at the history for you in the championships, you ran in Italy 2 years ago. You managed to get to the semi-finals back then. If you look at your expectations to these championships, what are they?
Of course, to do my best, but I also want to get to the final.
It feels pretty well. I had a bit of a cold a few days now, so it hasn't been like perfect preparations, but I know it will be fun anyway, so I'm just hoping for good results.
What do you say about your season so far? You had your best series in Uppsala just a couple of weeks ago, a bit above 5,600 points. What do you say?
5,600 is like 150 from my personal best, so it was a pretty good heptathlon, and I'm hoping for I do pretty much the same in Gävle. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best. Yeah.
If we look at the history, you've had a lot of experiences from junior championships before, both on European and world level. What sort of experiences and benefits can you take from that to this year?
For example, in Eskilstuna, in my first European Championship, I experienced all the Swedish crowd and friends and family at the arena. So I will just take that happy feeling and thinking that it will be as fun there as in Gävle. So I think it will be good.
Yeah.
From the home athletes of the Swedish team, and while we heard from them, we have got a new friend of Nordic Athletics in the studio, the Danish coach Bo Berg Overgaard.
Yeah.
How is it to be here?
It's very nice to be here. As I just told my Swedish colleague, put a very good weather around here, so it's been very nice to come here to Gävle. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And Jonas, hearing from your athletes, it feels like they're confident. It feels like a good group of athletes.
Yes, most of them have been participating in the European Under-20 and also in the World Youth Championships a couple of years ago, and they've been also when we have Nordic matches. So they're quite experienced, and you can feel that they are confident. They know how to behave, and they know their routines. So it's a very positive atmosphere and a calm in the group.
And what about the atmosphere in the Danish group?
We have a good spirit as well. We're 14 athletes, including a relay team for the men's 400, and quite experienced as well. We have a couple of debutants, but the spirit is very fine.
Is 14 a kind of a large scale for Denmark?
I'm quite pleased for Denmark with 14, yes.
And what's your expectations?
Our expectations, as many of the teams are here getting experienced for later on. Of course, we have Anna Møller on the steeplechase. She's defending champion. And we have Benjamin Lobo on the 400 meters. He's ranked 3. So of course we'd like to have 1 or 2 medals and a couple of finals, but the main target is to get experienced for later European or World Championships.
You were talking about the reigning champion. Sweden also has Anders Kramer as a reigning champion. Do you think that puts a lot of pressure on him, being the reigning champion, competing in his home country?
I don't think so. He seems so calm and confident. He's kind of experienced now, competing at bigger competitions in Europe, and at least he has not told us that he's nervous. and he doesn't look that way either.
One question. This magazine is a cooperation between the federations from Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Iceland and Finland. Do you guys cooperate anything sports-wise?
About the sports-wise, I think we have a lot of good jumpers, and we have a good environment for jumpers in Aarhus. And I know that the Swedish coaches and our coaches, our head coach for the jumping, Lars Nilsson, is having a great cooperation, as well as the throwers. We have Virsten in Sweden as well. So there's a lot of cooperation, and I think as well we have to do more of that with all the world rankings is coming. We should do that more than we do today.
Why is this important, Jonas?
Well, I think it's to strengthen. We are kind of small federations, and I think, like my colleague said, together we can, if we take the best athletes in different events, we can learn from each other. For example, how does the Ingebrigtsen brothers train, and so there's a lot to learn from each other, and I think it's important if we're going to grow as a region in Europe.
Finally, Bo, what needs to happen to you in order to go happy home after the championships?
A lot of good spirit, a lot of good experience from this championship. Of course, a medal or two would be nice, but I'd like to have 14 athletes going home, more motivated, more happy about aiming for more success in their coming senior careers.
Sounds nice. Good luck to both of you, Jonas and Bo. I think this will be a nice championships.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we're going to hear from some of your athletes, Bo. Here are some interviews from the Danish athletes.
Anna Miller, competing here at the steeplechase and perhaps the 5,000 to be decided. You're coming in here to the European Championships with a under-23 European Champs gold and a new under-23 European record at the steeplechase. How confident does that make you feel forward before these championships?
I feel good. I feel alright coming into the championships, but I go into this championship as another one. I mean, because everything can happen in a race, and I just go in with the same mindset as I would do to another championship.
Yeah. Competing here in Sweden, the neighbor country to Denmark, how will that be?
It'll be hopefully very nice. I'm looking forward to compete in Sweden.
Athletes. Then we've heard from Sweden, we've heard from Norway, and we've heard from Denmark. And I think we're ready to rumble here in Gävle. The championships are getting closer by the minute. We really look forward to this, and the magazine will be here every day, and will be airing every day at 3 o'clock. So I hope you enjoyed this first magazine, and thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. sykeste TV-sending jeg har hatt.